born July 3rd, 1991 in Bogota, Colombia. And when I was 4, moved to Colorado, Louisville, Colorado. It's near Boulder. Then when I was 6, we moved to Minnesota. And there we lived in Denver Grove Heights and Eagan. Then we moved back to Denver Grove Heights, and I went to Rosemount High School. And now, this year, I began college here at Columbia College, Chicago. The film that inspires me to make movies, I think one of the films, one I saw at the time I really wanted to keep making movies was actually, Schindler's List. Kind of, a really dark movie, but the cinematography is really, really, really cool. And my favorite scene would have to be, I think it's like the second scene when Liam Neeson walks into the restaurant and makes all the Nazis start partying, and they all love him, and it's the fluidity of the camera movement and everything is great during that. The editing is great. So my cousin's a first AC. He does a lot of first AC stuff, and when I moved to Colorado, he was living in the same space as me, so saw a lot of movies that my parents probably wouldn't have exposed me to at that time, and maybe that kind of gave me something to start. Yeah, I'd have to say he puts a lot of pressure on me. But no, not pressure to go into the industry, but pressure to do better and know things that other people don't know, But I think it's really helped in its own way, to know all this random stuff. Right now, I'm thinking, when I began the year, I was thinking about cinematography, but right now I'm thinking about trying to take a directing path. We're gonna see how it goes with my final film. See if it's really, see how I feel when I'm directing. Everything before this year, I had directed on my own. All my high school stuff, I had directed on my own, and I didn't do any other roles. But it was this year I started doing cinematography. But I want to see how I am as a director in a more focused environment before I really, make that decision. And yeah, when I begin to write a story, I usually start with one scene, with one moment. And what is it, a comedy? What sort of angle do I want to take on it? And just continue to build from there, brick by brick. For my final project, I'm going to be working with a lot more people, and for casting, the roles are actually, all older people that are at least 10 years older than I am. So directing them at first, I think, might be a little weird for me, since normally when I, talk to people that much older than me, it's, with like that sort of respect, and following them. But now these people have to do what I say, and that's going to be a little weird. But in the end, I know it'll work out. It'll all work out in the end. I want to really be part of something that leaves its mark in history. I guess everybody's in their own way afraid of dying, and I want to make myself immortal through film. That's really, in a way, I think, everybody's dream. They want to make themselves immortal in what they do. Be influential. Well, I'd have to say, knowing how many people in this industry, have been, say, just loaders. They just load the film, and they've been loading film for the past 20 years, and that's all they've done. And that's probably where I'm gonna start, is loading film into cameras. And then I'll move up to like second AC, and then first AC, then maybe, camera operators, then cinematographer, or maybe gaffer somewhere in between there. But what if I just end up loading film for the next 50 years of my life? I want to be the best that I can be at what I do, and I really want that to be cinematography right now, I think. And, being a loader, it's cool and all, but that's not what I want. And thoughts, went through my head, what if I can't even get a job as a loader? It's how am I gonna have money? I'm not gonna be able to have a life at all, No, But hey, I can load film.